Here's a little exercise for you. Just most of you have pen and paper. I'm going to get you to do some practical stuff now. You don't have to share this with everyone, but I always want my sessions to have people walking away with something tangible that they remember. It's all very well to be inspired and motivated and entertained, but if you don't learn anything, it's a waste of time really. So this is just something I'd like you to work on, and you can finish it at another juncture. This is kind of my speaker container, if you like. So when we plan keynotes or speaking engagements for people, we do this structure. So you probably remember back in school you had your intro, your body, and then your conclusion, okay? This is a more exciting version of that. This is something that you can actually plan a speech around. So who knows what a hook is? Come on, speakers, I know you've all done a hook before. What might a hook be? Clickbait. Could be. A hook for a speech, though, could be something like what I did. How many people in this room have actually been a public speaker before? Show of hands, okay? That's a hook. So that's an example of a hook. A hook could be, did you know that 30% of people only remember 10% of what I've said in the past 10 minutes? So that's statistical stuff. That's also a hook. It can be a quote. It can be a practical exercise. So your hook is the opener. Can I tell you, what do you think the worst opener for a speech could be? I didn't do it this morning because April already introduced me. Oh, hi, my name is Amber Daines from Bespoke Communications, and I'm here to talk to you about presenting. Boring, okay? Never, ever do I want my speakers to do that. We know who you are. You've probably been introduced. Okay, and depending on where you are in the day, if you are the after lunch speaker, definitely not. Okay, people are going to be kind of carved up and tired. So be mindful that when you speak also we'll do that. Your delayed promise. So your delayed promise would be something like, you know, I'm aware that not everyone in this room would love public speaking, but I'm going to make you fall in love with it. Okay, so something like that, where you are saying, oh, that's kind of me, that's engaging, how do I get there? Your story and your credibility. So I told you my story about starting my newspaper when I was 8 years old. That was my story. That's my credibility. That lets you know without going, oh, and I was a journalist for 20 years and I've done this and I've done that, because that doesn't actually make me memorable, and that's a little bit like I'm showing off. So I want to make sure my story is credible and a little bit interesting. So that's your intro. So they're the three things we want you to do. Then you have your body, so your main bit. And you might have several of these depending how long you have to talk. If you've got a 60-minute keynote, you might have 3 of those pieces of the journey of the body. Your delayed promise. So once again, reminding people, I am here to make you fall in love with public speaking. So then I'm like, okay, that reminds me, yep, I'm engaged with that. And a bit of a value add. So you might give people some advice, an example. You might give them, this is my value add for you. I'm giving you some of my IP today in this room, so that you feel like you got something you're walking away with. So giving people something and then telling them a couple of stories which back up why the public speaking piece is really worthy, or why your product or service is great, or what you really stand for. So you might have a couple of those, okay? As I mentioned, if you've got 60 minutes, you might have 2 or 3 of those in the body. And then you empower. So this used to be the conclusion, but that's really boring. So we really want you to be inspired, and then have a call to action, okay? So being inspired could be, you know, who here feels like 40 minutes ago they had no idea if they could be a speaker, and now is really feeling like they can work on a speaker plan, okay? So getting the audience empowered. I don't need empowering, I already do this for a living. So the idea that you're empowering the people in the room, and a call to action. You know, if you are interested in finding out more, you can jump on my blog, jump on my website, contact me. I'm going to be around for the rest of today. So what do you want me to think, feel, or do? So your call to action, if you're working for a charity, could be about donating, okay? It doesn't have to be about yourself. It could be about the organisation you're with. It could just be about leaving people with the idea that if they want to learn more, then they're going to have to practice. So leaving people with something memorable. So that's my speaker container for you.